AMD's 6000 series graphics cards are an absolute hit in the market, and they launched this year. They are affordable, they perform with the best, and they tick all the boxes on paper. But why is it? In the title of this video, I do not recommend either the 66, 67 or 6800 XT if you are wanting to be a content creator on Twitch, YouTube or Facebook. Stick around guys, I'm going to give you a bit of a rundown on my recommendation as to why I don't think this should be your first pick if you're going into the content creation game as a streamer. Before we get into the video, make sure you hit that subscribe button, tick that notification bell so you guys can see all the latest tech tips for streamers and tech enthusiasts as well as content creators. If you guys are interested as well, you guys can drop on over to my streaming channel, which is on Twitch at bsugar91, where you guys will get the real me, the real uncensored version of me. A big shout out to our sponsors today too as well at G2A. They are an incredible site as well. If you guys are interested in discounted codes, I'll make sure I put the gold mine link down below. Get plenty of discounts for a decent price on some of the top games in the market at this point in time. Just a disclaimer, the 6700 XT is an excellent card. Yes, I said it. It is affordable. It delivers a lot of power and looks really good on paper. If you guys are wanting to game at 2K resolution, or if you guys want to just play games at 1080p with 100 plus FPS, this is the card to go for. But unfortunately, if you're becoming a streamer, we can't trust in the reliability of the 6000 series cards due to some of the little things that carry on. And we're going to break down our very first issue that I've run into trouble with is AMD Driver Timeouts. AMD Driver Timeouts have been the bane of my existence. I have tried everything to get rid of them. I have trawled the internet, local forums, AMD forums to try to get an idea of why AMD Driver Timeouts happen. And to be honest, some of the best still have no idea why this is actually an issue. AMD Driver Timeouts can cause a bunch of different issues for you, especially if you're a first time streamer. And if you're not very tech wise, you're not going to be able to diagnose the issue quick enough to be able to get a solution, say if you're midstream. AMD Driver Timeouts have caused my streams to fail, have caused my games to fail, have caused my computer to crash on multiple different occasions. And as you out there, if you're deciding to get this card as a streaming card in a solo system, I suggest you wait. AMD have a long way to go with some of their drivers, and this is just the first issue on the books. One of the second biggest problems with this card is still with the drivers, but it actually comes around game support, artifacting, and a lot of black screens. Now these are three issues, but we're going to bunch them into one because on AMD's drivers release notes at this very time, they have a list of issues, known issues that they've got with their current cards. On this list is just a small snippet of issues that are going on with this card, and majority of the time AMD have no idea how to fix some of the issues that even the forums bring up. And this is where I want to lead you guys off into. If you guys are becoming a content creator or a streamer, you want reliability within your stream. You want to be able to turn your stream and know that there's going to be zero artifacts, that the game's going to encode properly when you switch from game to game, and is not going to interfere with any of the viewer experience. Gray artifacting, black screens, and a bunch of other little issues is not acceptable. The third problem that we have with AMD's graphics cards is, oh my gosh, well, it's actually the encoding. Encoders are really important on stream. They are the driving force to sending the video that you guys see on Twitch from our software into your space. And if you have a lousy encoder, it gives a lousy experience. For example, when you're switching from game to game, the encoder starts to play up due to the heavy workload that the graphics card has to do. I switched between Warzone and Apex Legends the other day, and it took me all of 15 minutes to get the encoding back to normal, and I had to switch all the settings down. I had to switch over from borderless to window just so the GPU could handle the encoding. As a Twitch streamer, you do not want it to be a stressful space. You want it to be streamlined, limitless, and just have the confidence in the hardware that you've got sitting in your rig. Encoding quality is not as good as NVENC as well too, and you do get a lot of stuttering, you do get a lot of lag, and unfortunately you get a lot of conflict. Think about this when you guys are going through the process of buying or thinking of buying, because the 6700 XT or the 6000 series graphics cards have a lot of little naggy, stuttery bits and pieces that you just don't want to experience when you are live streaming. The last problem that I want to talk about today is actually the compatibility with OBS 64 or any other streaming platform or any other streaming software. Unfortunately, AMD graphics cards or AMD drivers are a little bit piss poor, excuse my language, and they don't coincide with some of the streaming software that it really needs to work with. So you get less of an experience when using the software, from it not exiting the task manager, even though you can go in there and exit it yourself. Recording experience is lackluster when you're trying to record some content for, say, your YouTube video, and it doesn't want to record after you've stopped it. You have to stop the whole program and restart it again. OBS 64 is probably one of the biggest tools in my arsenal, and if I can't get that to run perfectly, I really don't know if streaming with this card or even buying this card was worth it for me. So as a warning to you guys out there in the general public, make sure you guys are looking at this card with the bright eyes, as unfortunately it does not have the support for the streaming software that we all use if you're a Twitch, a Facebook, or a YouTube content creator. Now that I've completely been able to slander the living daylights out of this card, I guess the last sort of question I want to answer is, well, if it's bad for streaming or if it's not good for streaming, what is this card actually useful for? If you're going full out gaming nerd and you just want a good system that can run every single game, the 6700 XT is your man's. If you guys are looking at streaming, if you guys are looking at content creation in its face, I do not recommend this card if you have a choice. That is the ultimate deal there. If you have to front up, because the GPU market at the moment is absolute BS, 6700 XT or any of the 6000 series cards are going to be sufficient to get you started on streaming, twitching, or any of that. But if you have a choice between the green team and the red team, I'm sorry, green team win here. Guys, I really want to thank you for sticking around for my video. If you guys once again enjoyed the content, make sure you hit that subscribe button, tick that notification bell, and come catch me on Twitch with the community, the SMG community. Guys, thank you so very much. I know it's a crazy time out there at the moment. Stay safe, make sure you are social distancing, wear your mask, and as always, take care. Hey, let's go.
No, I'm the person who's forcing me to do that.
I mean,
So yeah. Come over here, big boy.